Hello friends, welcome to another Magic Monday. Today we are looking at a deck called CapTRON with Captain Eberhart. He is a 2-mana 1/2 with double strike, human soldier. Spells cast from among cards you drew this turn cost 1 less to cast. Spells cast from among cards your opponent drew this turn cost 1 more to cast. Pretty simple guy. But if you take a quick peek over on the right, you'll see the theme already. 10 creatures, 50 non-creatures, average mana cost of 2.4. 3 instants, 42 artifacts, 7 enchantments, 39 lands. So, the idea is we draw a card, we want it to be super cheap, we play it for free, it's usually going to be equipment, we put it on this guy. Pretty easy idea. So, speaking of equipment, we've got Deconstruction Hammer, we've got Barrow Blade, we've got Basilisk Collar, Cliffhaven Kite Sail, we've got a Hunter's Blowgun, we've got a Lava Spur Boots and a Leather Armor, we got a Prosthetic Injector, a Prying Blade, a Shadow Spear, it just keeps going. Soul Stealer Axe, we got one of those. Tarian Soul Cleaver, that's fun, got that there too. Angelic Gift. This is an enchantment, but also notice when it enters the battlefield, we draw a card. Whatever card that is that we draw is going to cost 1 less to cast. And odds are that it's going to be no more than 1 mana to cast whatever it is we get, and possibly 0 mana. We've got Plate Armor, which is really fun. This creature, let's pass him for a second. We got a Delver's Torch. We've got a Rune of Sustenance, so we could throw that on some piece of equipment to give him lifelink. We've got Blackblade Reforged. We've got Glamdring. We've got this pick. We've got a Hero's Heirloom here. We've got Mirror Shield, Shield of the Rem. He can walk around with 2 shields. Why not? We've got Sting, we've got Swiftfoot Boots, Thran Power Suit, Maul of the Skyclaves is in here, Andro, Flame of the West is here, Mithril Coat. We got Swords, we got Body and Mind, we got Fire and Ice, we got Forge and Frontier, we have Once and Future. And I think that's it for equipment. That was a lot of equipment. So what else do we have? Johnny's Welcome. It can go. It's not super important. There's only 10 creatures in the deck, but it was 1 mana, and you can't make it, because it's 1 generic, you can't make it 1 colored mana less, but whatever. I put it in here because it's 1 mana, and I wanted to keep the cost down. Authority of the Councils, this I would keep. Angelic Gift, we already talked about this guy. Flash, whenever your opponent searches their library, gain a life and draw a card. And that card, if they are searching their library on your turn, will cost less. But either way, you can draw a card, because you want to keep drawing cards in this deck, regardless of whether or not you are casting it that turn. Oswald Fiddlebender. Pay 1 white, tap him, sacrifice an artifact. Search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield and shuffle. So we get a, Prosthetic Injector, but we don't really care about that. We sack it. We bring out Blackblade Reforged. Or we have a Mirror Shield, but we already have Hexproof from Swiftfoot Boots. We sacrifice this. We bring out a Color Sword. Really useful to have Oswald in here. Pressure Point lets us tap target creature and draw a card, which again will make it cost 1 less on our turn. Reprieve. Return target spell to owner's hand, draw a card. Revitalize. Gain 3 life, draw a card. SRAM. Whenever you cast specifically an equipment spell, draw a card. Really nice. Mana Rock here, Mana Rock there, Mana Bird here. Spare Supplies to let us draw a card and then sacrifice it to draw another card. Ghostly Prison so that they have a hard time attacking us. Monastery Mentor. We cast a lot of non-creature spells. We make a lot of monks with prowess. That's the biggest reason I put that Johnny's thing in here, that to gain some life, is because of this guy, but again, you don't need it. A couple more Mana Rocks. We've got Archangel of Tithes. For 4 mana, it's a 3/5, and as long as it's untapped, creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. So if we have this and Ghostly Prison, it is 3 mana per creature to attack us. Mongar the Diplomat, whenever there's an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. It's not going to affect our opportunity to cast it unless it's an instant, but there's not a lot of instants, but still it's some card draw. Morel's in here, can be useful to create some soldier tokens, and it's also just a really good card. Smothering Tithe to further stymie our opponent's mana supply or increase our own mana supply. The One Ring for more card draw. Angel of Destiny, because at this point of the deck, I mean, why not have Angel of Destiny in there? Chimil, the Inner Sun. Spells you control can't be countered. At the beginning of your end step, discover 5. So we're usually just finding like 1 or 2 mana cost equipment, but still, it's free. Akroma's Memorial. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and red. And finally, Overwhelming Splendor. Curse. Basically say screw you to all of your opponent's creatures. For lands, we've got a Tyrite Sanctum, we've got Nykthos, we've got an Inventor's Fair so we can gain some life, we have a Field of Ruin and a Dust Bowl to remove some stuff. Also a Demolition Field to remove some stuff. Some plains, Monumental Henge that will let us reveal a historic, aka artifact card from the top 5 in our library. And this castle to make a soldier token. Or not even a soldier, it's just a human token. Just that lady with those fruits next to that big prancing cock. So that's the deck. It's actually super fun to play. It is a mono white deck, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of in general, but that's why I wanted to do something different with it. So I made a low mana cost Voltron Captain Eberhart deck, and it's really fun to play. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoy this deck. If you do, please consider leaving a thumbs up. And as always, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will see you after these games in the next episode.